for showing up in the cold and wet and rain. I'm Buck Brown, along with Maureen Thorson and the staff of DCAC. We are very pleased to have you here for In Your Ear. Got a couple of great poets today, Chris Mason and Matvey Yankelevich. Chris is going to read first, and by way of introduction, I will say it is very funny for me to reflect on the fact that I thought I knew what Chris Mason was all about for like 8 years, and then I found out that he wrote poetry. I first encountered his work down in Richmond at a couple of galleries, one called the Key Gallery, which is no longer in existence, where he did a couple of broadsides under his one of his many group names, the Tinklers. A couple of beautiful broadsides, and then furniture that he did with the Gates of Heck Gallery, which has since moved on to New York and then to parts unknown. And then I found out about his recording work when I got into trying to track down all of the remaindered records from the Shimmy Disc back catalog. And as I say, I thought I knew what Chris was all about. In the last few years, though, I have found out that he is a tremendous poet and a tremendous collaborator in writing with musicians and other writers. Some of the poetry that he has been doing in the last 2 or 3 years has been really exquisite. As I've said before, it's fantastic to have seen somebody work for many years and to see them actually still working at the height of their powers, really, and in fact, really even coming into new work. The furniture, I was reflecting on it as I was walking up here, there are benches, there are no chairs, it's group seating. And to me, that says something really important about Chris's work, and something that ties Chris to Doug Lang and to other poets that I really enjoy, even though I don't share that aesthetic at all, because I'm a real isolato, solitary egomaniac. But this idea of kind of group action and individual talent, and always seeking a broader context in which to use one's talents, is something that I find really humbling and really exciting at the same time. But today Chris is going to stand on his own 2 feet and show you his amazing poetry. And so without any further commentary from me, please welcome Chris Mason.
Thanks, Maureen. And I'm really happy to be here. And I'm going to start with actually a sad thing, which is that on middle of the week, a Baltimore poet, David Franks, passed away. So I'm going to read a poem by him first. Birthdays and holidays. Mother, father, sister, brother, all that hope, all that history. For many years I wanted to look like my father. People said I looked more like my mother. My mother thinks I look like her father. Scatter photographs. Summers at the beach. Dead uncles. Dying aunts. In a trunk. In a box. In a book. Birthdays and holidays. Cousin's wedding in Massachusetts. Chicago, no. San Diego, on whose side? Oh yes. Birthdays and holidays. Do you want to invite them to your house? They never visit me. Maybe we could go there. It's almost Mother's Day. What are you going to get Mother? Father's Day is Sunday. What are you going to get Father? Sister, brother, birthdays and holidays. I stopped drinking. Why don't you change jobs? Yes, I'm learning to fly. Father doesn't look so well as can be expected. The weather's getting better. Their anniversary, Mother called. Birthdays and holidays. I hate Christmas. I'm going home for Christmas. I don't think the relationship will change. Before I die, I'd like to see, what did Mother say? There's not much more we can do at this point. Father said, remember your dog, my dog. That was my room. We used to live there. Mother, father, sister, brother, birthdays, and holidays. So that's by David Franks. Yeah, this is, I'm going to read start with some poems from this group called Homeric Hums. 1. Radiant round, unbounded light, too bright for sight, bursting through clouds. Hail, morning sun, old exploder of my coldness into warmth. You fill my bowl with neutrinos. Thanks for everything. 2. O beer older than cuneiform, and Kidu, who ran with the herds, had not tasted beer nor bread when Shamhat, the sweet, smart prostitute, civilized him for 7 days without stopping. Hail, beer, ancient loosener of limbs and laughter, nothing tops you but froth and foam. 3. Grass I must mow ere neighbors moan. Pioneers strode through head-high blades. We rolled, wrestling among insects. One leveler tried living off grass. Stomach rebelled. Hail, grass blades who hold our dirt clods. I will among you be again. 4. Breast milk I don't remember in my mouth. You gave my small body immunity. Though some mammals forego the breast as they mature, our species loves to touch and taste until we die. Hail, breasts, who bring us health in such a pleasant way. I will sing songs softly to you another day. 5. Library books in my bunk bed, under covers till overdue. Hail, library, where homeless men and women sit with the world's words. You shelter vast volumes of love. I will meet you down in the stacks. 7. Release of these compressed, toxic, man-made gases in places my loved ones are not brings happiness. Hail, fart, reviled by mistresses of refinement, ghostly spirit of delicious food, you thicken the atmosphere. I will smell you again at dawn. 12. Lips that let us share stuff, like love, like liquids, like language. Mama, Papa, Baba, M, and Hail, sensate lips. You excite my receptors. Small changes in your geometry are magnified in thick waves of meaning. I will kiss you anon. So now most of the stuff I'm gonna read is like recent stuff, but I'm gonna read something from the past century that I wrote 30 years ago. In the late 70s, I was performing with a sound poetry group called Coaccident. Ellen was part of it, and going to Doug Lang's folio books to hear poetry. And so this is kind of part of what came out of this. It's called a group of poems called Click Poems, which Chris Cheek published in 1982. Body, say hello to Frank and Amanda and Sammy, the dog, curious. Air, rainy morning, absorbing, me a yua. I wonder what concentration, love, associates, GNU. But poison, shit stays in. Stuck. Overproduced. Okie dokie. We in the air neighbors but the themselves. My learner working extra for the boss got no house. Hat kid nervousnesses to beat on his youngers. You but in a God container this sexuality. These woods spoke. Those potatoes with cosmetics. Hey! I me gonk me, mine friends. Thee make names upon a skin. You guys remember no for orange. My car man spreads jokes, biceps. Work, Effie, Elizabeth. Herbert, Budwick. Befreud to Mahler, who couldn't have moved the arm, I'll take responsibility, therapist. Friend, lick, oh mio. Message in the actual asshole part of the body, Morse coded. Language not yet familiar to my social discourse. New flirt self, flirt others, but Okay, now this is back to the new century. This is a series called Riddles. 1. Quiet wheels, missed exhaust, big rig. Kid sees, waves, pulls imagined horn. Goes where no smoke goes. What am I? 2. Border, 2 lands, 2 tongues, 2 forms to greet one. Both know both. Sing your song, speak your tongue too. Who am I? 3. Fall, hurt, go hospital. See doc, stitch, wrap, set, sling. X-ray, sure, big health boom. It's free, kid. Where am I? 4. 84 billion bucks. Diarrhea gone from Earth. People cheer. We love you, USA. When are we? 5. When did those bankmobiles park to start small business? I offer you new life. Sign me up. When did they? 6. Old person with garden, pets to pet. Pod sprout news, chat, music, own friendships, cod and shed. Where's my keys? 7. What were they? Precious bright specters of money, squared, cubed, released from beneath working earth. What were they? 8. What did we call it when people used to call you some names you didn't call you yourself? What was that? 9. How was it some persons lucky to eat and drink and dance and swim and sleep, others not? How was it? 10. Diatoms, spiked algae like from a slimy pond, from rooftop colony, energy. Who makes them? 11. Why did we, fists in an instant, you shithole fuck, what did you suddenly get so mad? What was that? 12. All kids walk to smart-ass school. Banter thought with my brother and my sister. How freaking cool is that? 13, blueberries, whole grain oats, low-fat curds, salmon chips, pure water, ostrich eggs. Call the kids, who's for eats. 14, what am I? Tunnel through long midnight, lights go out, clouds clear up, gravity gathers gas. What am I? And then, now I'm going to read something I've just been writing this past few weeks. Just before Christmas, we had snow days. I'm a teacher, and so I got to sleep late. And I dreamed a poem by a Baltimore poet, Justin Soroy, that some of you know. It had like all his words in kind of curves, and it had like these words, tiff, tiff, I hear a tiff, tiff. And it had a bunch of female names like Lucy Baines Johnson, and so I finished the poem for him. And so I started doing a whole series of poems, dreaming poems by other poets, mostly Baltimore poets. So I'm going to read some from that series. This I'm going to read two the guys that drove up here with me. This is a poem of Les Wade, Dream. And to be honest, I didn't really dream this. I was lying in my bed with my eyes closed, but
Somebody pinch me.
Yeah. A poem of Les Wade, Dream by Chris Mason. A jumble of kitharas jamming billboard ballads. A waggle of ancient women wiggling through time tell tales. A flugel of sackbuts thundering gaseous displeasure. A warble of winged reptiles honking unheard overhead. A congress of musk oxen sink into the tundra silently. A nuzzle of young mothers leaven their lullabies with strategy. A funnel of school marmish bibliophiles make mulch of words. A portico of politicos brook no safe harbor. A wandering of walkers follow sidewalks into old meadows. A herd of hard years crashes through the brush. And then this one is a poem of Michael Ball, dreamed by Chris Mason. Ixniops, introvexed, impternal, scrimblance, stringlificant, scribulius, osnifornical, oglicameral, optiphemeral, emblacentia tempia labiolaminal, latchkey cat. And this is a poem.
Hey, Chris, can I just
Yeah.
request that people can actually see
Oh,
what
yeah.
they look like, because it's
Yeah.
so important.
All right.
It's really gorgeous.
So here's the first one I dreamed, just kind of like a mess of words all around there. And this is the one that I dreamed of last. It goes kind of like this and that. And the one I dreamed of Michael, the words are kind of like little commas. And then, let me see, this is one by Rupert Wondolowski. It's like some spirals. Okay. A poem of Rupert Wondolowski, dreamed by Chris Mason. Snow so deep, all you could hear were flakes of words. Inside North Side, drunk sound poets poke with pointer finger. You, like his dad did. You. Air so cold you could almost hear thought. Inside Bread and Roses collective, members blow words, but, seeking consensus, but. Snow so deep all you could hear were flakes of words. Inside Pete's grill, the Greek fry cook chases homeless man with a broomstick. Out, 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 you bastard. Out, 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 out. Air so cold you could almost hear thought. Inside Normal's book and records, a visiting poet recaps and recounts. I said, and I said, and I said, and I said, to trapped cashier. And I said, and I said, and I said, and I said. True story. Snow so deep all you could hear were flakes of words. And then this is one that has like little tiny boxes and then little lines. This is a poem of Lauren Bender, Dreamed by Chris Mason. And we both work with special needs kids, so that's kind of what it's about. Pocket full of rocks, pocket full of rocks. Number level, letter level, daily living, nightly dreaming, expressiveness, receptiveness. Boys like lipstick, boys like lipstick. Throw, let go, catch, hold. Too close, too smelly, too loud, too yucky. Hugging, masturbating, touching, anticipating. Touch the wall, touch the table, touch Tasia. Show up, start over, sign in, look around. Problem imagined, solution implemented. Wide open, way narrow. Talking is fun. Talking is fun. Number level, letter level, throw, let go, catch, hold. Show up, start over, sign in, look around. Lunch, stuff, stuck. Lunch, stuff, sticky. Daily living, nightly dreaming. Too close, too smelly, too loud, too yucky. Problem imagined, solution implemented. Tinker and sinker. Hag and horg. Expressiveness, receptiveness. Hugging, masturbation. Touching, anticipation. Wide open, way narrow. Now, last thing I'm going to do is call up my friend and poet Ellen Carter, who we used to write stuff together. And there's a book, Airs of Air, that my friend Dan Carney, who runs the Carriage House, is a composer. And for years he's been asking me to write something for a madrigal for him. So this is like a 4-voice poem with 4 parts. And he wrote the music for it. But we're just not going to do any music. We're just going to read it like, you know, regular people. Let me just get some of this stuff. Okay. 11 tetracubes. Broke. Oh, that's all right. Okay, my fault. Okay. Sun shines, white snow, pink lips, chap chill. What's up? Just stuff. Who's here? Just us. Broke brown bottles, crumbly chimney. Dream fly winged cat. Dream hold fur dog. If when shit face, aft of no place. Might could play ball. Might could build barns. First find true friend. First fend finance. Whisper, I too. Ponder, how for. Book maps, way went. Booklets, shelf sleep. Winds blow, vaults grow. Dirt blows, worms flow. Dark night, soon sun. Not done, wait sun. 6 boxes of arcs for Anne. My sun melts my ice. A trillion suns,
Microorganisms
some
live
melt
in
ice. My
Dirt
rain
made
melts
of
my
old
dirt.
life.
A trillion suns,
Microorganisms make
some shine
more
on
dirt.
dirt. My
My
clock
sleep holds
melts
old
my
life.
sleep. A trillion suns,
Microorganisms help
some
me sleep.
asleep. My
Might
time
money
melts
hold
my
more
money. A trillion suns,
Microorganisms
no
make
money.
me money.
My
My
life
kids
melts
hold
into
old life.
my kids. A trillion suns,
Microorganisms fill
some seen
my
by
kids.
kids.
My
My
hearts
wife's
hold
love
old
melts
life.
my heart. A trillion suns,
Microorganisms
more
fill
vast than
my
my
heart.
heart. 8 mirrored hyperbolas. Graphite pencil
White chalk
doodles
flirts
beauty.
flowery blackboard. Magic
Laptop
marker
keyboard
bubbles
sprays
names.
sparkly script. Crude
Chalkboard
doodling
floods with
trashes
such and
textbooks.
such and so and so.
Feverish
Bubbled names
fingers spread
stain
lies,
my
lies,
way.
lies. Spinning
Writing,
and doodling
erasing,
and doodling
writing,
and spinning.
erasing, tripping
Messing up
and
my
tagging,
message,
tagging,
messaging my
and
mess
tripping.
up.
What
What
makes
gives
you
you the,
think
what
makes
gives you the,
What in
who's
the-
a, who's a, who's
what
a,
in the what?
who's a? I
I
forgot
lost my
what they were
cuteness
saying while
among
they
the
were
cuteness.
saying.
Under
Moving
the
away,
bridge,
I forgot
lost my
where I
writing
was moving.
utensils. How
Where in the
chalkishly
pencil world?
draw?
How
What colours
think
name
through
we
space?
us?
Old
Chalk,
guy
pastel,
penciling
sidewalk,
thoughts.
sunset,
Teen
magic
typist
marker, gospel,
shooting self to the
landscape.
Oort cloud.
Chalk
Pencil
up
me
on the
in
black
the
naming
book
thing.
thing.
Mark
Text me
down
up to that
on the list
wordish thingy. 3 ripples. Of grandparents who walked
planted
us through
raspberries,
woods, we who
with
watched
global
for falling
appetites.
branches, great-great-great-grandchildren, how's the weather? Of grandparents who held us reading books, we with screams of screaming words, great-great-great-grandchildren, word up. Old Homo sapiens who first in Africa talked, what thunderous speech you'd hear. Great ancestor, hands held high through time. Yo Neanderthal, who trudged so through cold. Wide-eyed you'd be and sweaty. Great hominid cousin, chest bump in mine. Old extremophiles of sulfur vents and boiling springs, when life at the ends of earth is found. Great kingdom Archaea, what's next? Old polyps and jellyfish, first to move on strings of nerves, when million-celled thought monsters abound. Great kingdom Animalia, what's next? 3 pinwheels. Packets of light lit my loop. Light laughter lit up the loft. Some seed spore spurred some. Some pea pod pollen paramecium some. Our air arose earlier than we arose. Our errors rise into the air.
Thank you, Maureen. Thank you, Chris. I don't care how many Chris Masons there are on the phone. All right, we're going to take our traditional 5 to 10 cigarette break and be back on the Young Delegate.